Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2. The French Tier 5 Premium SPG is located on the north spawn of Abbey and it's under the command of Appa561 of OLIMP. Game on! Well, we've got two replays in one video for you here now. Both on the Fifi, so both give you a chance to see different games. Now it's 105mm light field howitzer, the most built Arty by the Germans during the war, not the 88mm. Yes, they made more of these than all the others, mainly because actually it was a very good design that was actually put forward and built in 1918. Yeah, so it's a First World War artillery piece, but it was actually very good. Okay, he's moving his way into the corner. Nice spot. Okay, well, he's got the trees to protect him from the front, just in case somebody comes to the front of the village. And we've got enemy tanks making their way towards the Abbey grounds. Rounds out. Just misses that one. Is that a Micah? Tier 5 Polish tank destroyer. Cheeky, rounds out. Direct hit. 191 from that one. That's a biggie. Got an M10 RBFM just down at the end of that road. He pokes his head round the corner. Oh, that was a warning shot almost. Keep off the grass. Next shot could strike. No, he pulls back in time. He knew he was in danger. Well, things are not going so well for us because we've lost two tanks, one of which was actually in the centre near the Abbey. The M10 is now on the move and it's coming towards us. We won't see exactly when he goes through that arch. That was a guess, but there he is. We've actually spotted him now, just on the other side of the street. Now, this is a bit dangerous for him. He's actually come out around the corner, but the shell lands alongside him. He's being held in place because we've got a teammate in the keyhole just a short distance away, and now he's out the game. That was a penetrating shot. 303 hit points. So that keyhole actually did help a great deal because he held back the M10. Oh my gum, he's done it. He's actually taken out that Covenanter, even though he was behind the buildings. He went past the bottom part and the shell smacked him. Okay, who's next? M8A1. And that's a wipeout too. Only 94 hit points left, but he absolutely nuked him. Very thin armor on M8A1s and fairly thin armor on T28s as well. And that guy went down to our T1 heavy. So it's 9 versus 6 at the moment. There's only 6 enemy left, and 2 of those are Arty. They've got a Fifi and they've got an SU-122. We just saw the tracer from one of the enemy Artys flying across the front of us as we brought the train of the gun across. Another direct hit, this time 154 on the M8A1. The other Arty on our team, a Bishop, just got a shot in. And there's the kill shot. Okay, IKV 103. Oh, so close, that one. And the IKV goes down to the Bishop. That guy's having a good game. He's actually got 2 kills already anyway. And there's the SU-122A. Oh my gum. Well, that guy actually went down to our T28. For a second, I thought it was Appa who got the kill, but it turned out it wasn't. Okay, he's decided to get closer to the enemy because he knows they're a bit too far away. This Arty won't fire over the entire range of the map, but if you get slightly closer to the center, then it will fire over the entire range. And you can see the enemy Fifi right down at the bottom there. Rounds out, accurate shot. Well, very accurate, but he didn't get the kill. The T1 Heavy did. It was an incredibly accurate shot. There's only 2 enemies left. He's got a T-34 shielded and an M8A1. He's going for the M8A1, even though he's almost at maximum range. Look at that flattened reticule. Rounds out. The guy pulled back just in time. I think he's still behind that bush, though. Rounds out. Long flight time. Missed it on that occasion. He's going for the T-34 shielded, who's on that corner. This might hit, and only just missed him. Both tanks are being hammered. The M8A1's gone down. We fire in advance on the T-34, and he did get the last kill of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the third class tanker for Appa561 of OLIMP in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4 exactly. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. And his win rate from that one was 1,965, which is very good. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage in that game actually went to the Bishop. Yes, that guy was incredibly accurate, and he did get a lot of damage on the enemy. In fact, he managed to get 1,239 hit points. And he also picked up a Stark's medal, which means he must have got at least 2 kills, correct? He must have received at least 2 hits from the enemy, correct? And he did survive the battle, having lost 2/3 of his hit points in the process. So that guy must have been very active during that game. The second highest damage was the KV1, who managed 1,208 hit points. And then in third place on our team, it would be 873, went to Appa561. But in third place overall, it was the M10 RBFM on the enemy team, who managed 906 hit points. And that guy got 2 kills. And we can see that Appa actually got just behind the KV1SA, which means that, yes, I'm afraid he was in 5th place when it came to damage. When it came to kills, though, he was actually top dog. He got 4 kills out of that one. 2 kills went to the Bishop, the T1 Heavy, and the MXELC Biz on his team. And on the enemy team, the M10 RBFM got 2. And when it came to base XP, we can see the KV1 managed 705, the MXELC 619, and then we've got Appa561 with 565. He fired 21 rounds in that game. He got 6 direct hits and 3 penetrating shots. It was very, very rapid fire. And yes, he was pumping those rounds out as fast as he could. He didn't even use half the ammunition that he had in his magazine. But 6 shots were direct hit, 3 penetrations, 8 splash. Damage of 873, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 6 of the enemy, killed 4. And he did 38 hit points of damage assistance. On a free-to-play account, he earned 30,185 credits, including 15,000 for mission completion. And he also got 1,280 experience points out of that one as well. So what a great game that one was, because it was so quick. He tried to get a bit closer so he could get a last shot, and he did get it. He got the last enemy and wiped out that T-34 shielded. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second replay is on the south spawn of El Halluf. Game on. This is a tier 5 game only. El Halluf is quite an interesting map for the Arty. And you can see we've got a gorilla on our team as well. And on the enemy team, they've also got a PP and a gorilla. Now, unusually, Appa561 is getting a bit closer to the edge of the valley. Looking around for a target. Found one. Oh, he's ignored it. He was looking around the valley bottom, and there was an enemy tank down there, a Gabler destroyer. Now he's going for this T-34 shielded. That was so close. On the other side of the hill in the center, we've got a T-34 backing away there. I think he saw some of our tank destroyers and didn't like the idea of getting hit by them. And we've lost all sight. There are enemy tanks down there. Ah, now he's decided to go after the Chaffee. Except, of course, he's so close to the edge of the map, it's actually very difficult to get a shell to drop into the valley. So sometimes it does help to stay away from the edge so you can lob the shells over the top of the edge and down into the valley onto the targets. So now he's actually firing to the north, trying to get this Skoda T-24. Rounds out. Just a little way away from the target. Large number of them here, and well, our guys are trying to desperately hold them off. 104 hit points from the T1 Heavy. Second shot goes in. That's another direct hit. Unfortunately, our other T-34 goes down, and now we've got a Churchill 1. That was a good shot. The T1 Heavy took it for 72. He's down to a one-shot. And the Sherman 3 comes around the corner and suddenly realizes he's faced with 2 enemy. And he's not going to like it because he's actually facing 3 when you consider the Arty there as well. Oh, that was close. If the next one hits him, he'll suddenly realize, oh, I've got 3 on me and it's just not worthwhile being here. Some players, they don't really realize that they're facing more than one enemy if the Arty's involved. The Sherman goes down to the T-67. We're now after a KV-1SA. That's the auto-reloader version. He suddenly stopped, but we can reload. It's a fast reload on this Arty. 8.92 by the books. And we can see that Appa561's got 7.54 seconds. Now, somebody was saying the other day, it's when you're facing 400 hit points of potential damage from one shot every 7 seconds, that can be pretty devastating at tier 5. And it certainly is. Rounds out the Matilda. Long range shot. Bit of a snap, but it was fairly close. We've lost sight of him now, so he's actually firing blind. No shot on the Wolverine because he's got that protection, but the Skoda is a goner. But we fired one round in and it hit the Rex. So we're just above the halfway point on ammo. Most of the action is going on up this end of the map. All the enemy tanks that were in sight in the center have suddenly disappeared. I think they're taking defensive positions. Okay, he's looking around, can't see anything. And he wouldn't because, of course, we've got no spotters in that area. There is a spotter now. In fact, it's the Gambler Destroyer in our team who's actually spotting this T-34, who's trying to make his way up the edge. But again, he's too close to the edge. He can't drop the shell down into the valley because the edge of the map is actually getting in the way. It obstructs the trajectory. Okay, his current position allows him to get a shot on the Matilda, but he can't hit the T-34 yet. There's the Matilda. He's actually changed his mind. He just spotted the gorilla on the enemy team who's gone down into the valley. Not a very smart move. Can be dangerous going down into the valley if you've been spotted, and he has been. But now he's got a perfect shot. Rounds out. And that's a kill shot. So that's his first kill for Appa561. Okay, the enemy T-67 suddenly making his way up the side, but again, he's just too close. And as a consequence, he can't drop the shell down into the valley. We're 2 up on the enemy at the moment. They've only got 5 left. And that's including their Arty. That M10 needs to be watching down the far end of the valley for us. Now, from this position, we might be able to get a shot down the road, and yes, we can. T-67 wiped out. That shot hit the turret and wiped him out completely. Very good shot. Maybe that's what he was after, Appa. He wanted a long shot down the road. And it is possible to do that from much further away. You can actually do it the other side of the cap area. If the enemy tries to approach the cap area and there's somebody spotting that road, you can lob shells straight down the road into them. And it can be pretty devastating. It was a very good shot, that one on the T67. Now, does he really want to go down this particular chine? I don't think he's going to do it. Although if you sit up here, you are actually in a bit of danger. Because if you do get spotted by the enemy, they might try and fire a shot in. And you are quite high. But he's definitely going to see if he can get a shot. No. He's fired one. Doesn't get a hit. There's a T67 and a Fifi right up in the north end of the map, and they've suddenly been spotted by our other teammates up there. Now that T67 is probably going to go to the corner, but instead he's attracted by this Fifi, who's on the move, and we can line up a shot. That was a little short. The T67 is just sitting around the corner, and our guys are trying to get past him. There he is. Now, should be able to hit this guy as he falls back, but in fact, he gets taken out by the T1 Heavy instead. There's only 3 enemies remaining. The T34 Shielded, who's over on the south side. He's also with the SU2 122, and there's the only Fifi, the only Arty left on their team. We're dialing in. He probably knows this. If he's been seen, rounds out. That's a kill. He should have expected that if he's an Arty player, if he's a Fifi player, because obviously everybody who owns a Fifi, it's a premium Arty, so you have to have chosen to buy it and play it. And you must realize if you've been spotted, you are about to get slotted. So you need to get a move on or you will die. Well, we can hear movement, but that's an M10 RBFM coming up the road from the valley. We're aiming where we last saw the T34 Shielded, although I suspect he's probably changed position and he might be closer to the entrance to that chine that he's the T34, the M10 rather, is on. We've got 3 in the cap now, so I think they're going to end this game early. Yep, I don't think they're going to hang around. They are going to try and end the game. They've reset, but I think the reset came from one of the enemy tanks because they've still got 3 in the cap. Going for another reset. There's one of the enemy. It's the SU-122-2, or the SU-2-122. And he's out the game and we've capped out to win. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was another third-class tanker for Appa561 in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a fighter badge again, second time. He also, in this one, managed to get the counter-battery fire medal because he took out both the Gorilla and then he took out the Fifi. He also managed to pick up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11 in this one, and his win rate was 2,458, which is Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see he did get the highest damage on his team, but not the highest damage in the game. That went to one of the T-34s on the enemy team, who managed 1,282 hit points of damage. And in fact, not the one that was still alive at the end of the game. That was the T-34 Shielded. So he got the highest damage. Second highest damage went to that SU-2 which was taken out by Appa561. He got 1,156, and in third place, yes, it's Appa561 with 1,038 hit points of damage. So at least third place in the game. When it came to kills, though, he actually gets the top spot. He got 4 kills. 3 kills went to the T-34 on the enemy team, and 2 kills went to the KV-1SA, the Churchill 1, the T-67, and the Leopard on his own team. And the only one on the enemy team who managed to get 2 kills was in fact their VP. And when it came to base XP, it's the KV-1SA came out on top with 748, followed by Appa with 661, and 605 went to the T1 Heavy, who got a steel wall in that game. The Gabler Destroyer got a Confederate. He fired 24 rounds, just under half his ammo, 8 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, and 10 splash. Damage of 1,038, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4, and he did 194 hit points of damage assistance. On a free-to-play account, he earned 17,525 credits profit, and he also picked up 837 experience points out of this one as well. He says the plea for help. Well, I don't see actually any plea for help during the game. I'm not sure what he actually referred to there, but it certainly was a good battle in terms of some of the shots he actually made, like the one on the T67s. He came up that road. He timed that one just to get the edge of his turret just as he came up and completely wiped him out. Went right through the gun shield. The other one, of course, is the SU-122, a long-range shot which actually just caught the corner of the vehicle and wiped him out. And, well, he did help out on the northwest corner of the map to help his teammates to survive. So I hope you enjoyed those 2 replays, the 3rd class on El Halluf, and of course the 3rd class on Abbey. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.